go.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, yes, Jim and Todd here, the Take a Listing Today podcast. We are so close to the new year. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and we're like a few days away from 2022.
Oh, and our
amazing.
Christmas show, if you saw our Christmas show where we were, I'm Todd Robertson. This is Jim Studebaker, and in the corner here, our producer, Lisa Gray in the house.
Yes, Lisa, we are...
Happy New Year!
We're so glad to be back here in the studio with you. You know, we missed you out in the hills by the cabin.
Starting a new year, new life, a new business, new everything. Boom.
Excitement. Yep. Excitement.
Very exciting, very exciting. So is our topic for today. If you want to talk excitement, we're going to show you 2 important factors that you should consider when choosing a geographic farm area. And who wouldn't want a nice geographic farm area for the new year, right?
Well, and those of you that think, oh my, are you kidding? This is it. Everybody knows how to do if you think you know what it takes and you do not have a successful farm, you need to stay on this.
I talk to people every single day. You're right. I talk to people every single day about that. And even though it's old, it's been around forever. The ones that are sharp here win the game and have a better life. You're right.
It's interesting you said old, been around forever. The things that have been around forever,
correct.
It's because they work.
Right. I was going to say for a reason, right?
That's how that is. Okay. Yep. Yeah, but there's a misnomer as to how to go about doing it. Mm-hmm. And I think many agents maybe they're new. They may even be a little gun shy about asking, how do I set this up? How do I pick the best farm? How do I ensure success? That type of thing. And there may be people seasoned that think, oh, I tried it, it sucked. Well, guess what? Maybe let's listen again and see if maybe there's something you missed.
Yeah.
Great point.
If somebody thinks this show topic is lame, go turn on a different show. And that's for a refund.
Now, on a serious note, though, we do like to have a lot of fun, but it's even I like what you mentioned, the new or experienced people, this will appeal to. Like, I remember Tony Robbins taught us that. He said, hey, if you ever get to the point where you think you've arrived in life, you're done. Someone's going to want it more than you. They're going to have more hunger. And he taught us CANI, constant and never-ending improvement. So even if you do have a geographical farm, look at these variables and look at our topics today and tighten that up. And if you're brand new, this is a way to at least get the stone rolling down, the snowball rolling down the hill.
And how much more fun is life when you see it with fresh eyes?
Great point.
You want to have those old dog eyes and say, I've been there, done that. I need no one's help. Droopy dog eyes. No, see things with fresh eyes. Come in it and say, I'm going to pretend this is a new thing. I don't know anything about this. I'm going to try it.
Well, and that's great for a lot of reasons because enthusiasm alone will beat a veteran agent who's stale and tired.
It happens all the time in sports.
Yeah,
you know?
You're right.
Speaking of a new thing, why don't we see if we can get somebody on the phone who will actually answer it?
That would be a new thing.
That would actually be very unique.
Right? I mean, silly to expect a real estate professional to answer their phone when it rings. Maybe it's asking too much. I'm not sure.
Okay, yes, I have a number for you when you're free.
I think Beth is going to pull through
because we can edit if we need it.
She has a credit card.
Realty, this is Alyssa. How can I help you?
Alyssa, we are looking for Beth Miller, please.
She is not in. May I ask who's calling?
Oh, that's not good. Are you a real estate agent?
Yes, I am.
Oh, well, perfect. Well, we're actually calling from the Take a Listing Today podcast. Beth is a customer of ProspectsPLUS.com. Do you know that place?
No, I do not.
You know, if we've got a lot of gift cards here. Would you like to win a gift card for ProspectsPLUS.com?
No, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I don't blame you. Thank you anyway.
Free money.
Did you hang up on her? Wow. Strict here. I'm trying to hook her up and you're like, screw that.
We're losing it. Oh. Wow. She's now the Scrooge. She's the Scrooge.
What happened here?
I was
You were what? Can you spit it out, please?
The mascara's going down the face.
I was disappointed at her lack of enthusiasm about winning a gift card. Yeah. I didn't know I actually pressed the button. It was more of an internal thought, and then it happened.
You thought about it, then it happened. Imagine that.
That's
weird.
normally how decisions go down.
Well, you know what? I mean, that lady has a lot of stuff going on. She's sitting there on floor duty and waiting for the phone to ring, just hoping something comes by.
And she's playing solitaire.
Right. So, she's very busy. Right. So.
I think I lost control and somebody stepped in and did that because I'm such a nice
Is that
person.
it? Maybe we had technical problems again with that.
We expect loss
Right.
of control at least once a show.
All right.
I do have one more number if we need it. The guy.
Maybe Beth Miller has a better attitude about winning some great
Let's go,
cash
Beth.
and
Pick this
prizes
thing up.
and-
Let's do
Oh
this.
man, that was pretty funny.
The waterproof mascara is working now?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe we'll leave this part in. Because
Okay,
this is
I have
pretty
Jim's
entertaining,
number. I have
actually.
Jim's number, who's the real estate president.
A real. Oh,
A
okay.
president?
No, he.
Hi, you've
What?
reached Beth Miller with Lake On.
Wait, he's president of
Are we,
what?
are we running out of towels over there? We need to
Okay,
get
look.
some more.
Can you read my writing, the 419 at the end?
Okay, if I do this wrong.
If you're tuning in for the first time, we normally have more organization during these shows. Today, it's just a crapshoot.
And if you're watching this part, it's unedited, and it's normally some of our better work.
Right, exactly. That's what actually gets us the thumbs ups and the
Correct.
subscribers.
Yes,
and,
we
and
actually
stuff.
are one of the top marketing podcasts.
Because it's real and we have a great
How that
time.
happened.
Part of it by accident.
Mainly because of our wonderful producer, Lisa Gray,
All right, this is Jim. If we get him,
who's with us.
if this is
all the
Jim.
time.
Oh, he's not even gonna. No one's playing along with us today.
I think
Hello, Jim.
Hey,
Jim, Todd Robertson, Market Dominator. How are you, sir?
great. How are you?
Good. Do you remember our conversation?
Yes.
Awesome. You are live right
That's a
now
plus.
with me, with Jim Studebaker, Lisa Gray on the Take a Listing Today podcast.
hello, Jim. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, so we wanted to have you on, like you and I talked. I love your enthusiasm. I love what you're doing marketing wise. And we're going to get you up with the Market Dominator when you're ready there. So we just wanted to say hello. And if you can share with, so there's new and experienced agents, obviously watching and listening. Share with us a little bit about what you're doing marketing wise and what led you to consider the Market Dominator.
So I've been doing a little bit of everything. I got into real estate about 3 years ago, and my take on marketing is never put your eggs in one basket.
Say that last part again.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah.
Oh, don't put all your eggs.
Yep.
Okay, got
Right.
it, got it, got it.
Yep. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's good years and bad years for every platform. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it either. The one thing that you can do wrong, though, is not be consistent and just jump from platform to platform.
Nice, because we're huge on that. Nice.
That's, in my experiences, you're just putting money on fire at that point.
And that's a waste of money when you throw it on fire. That's normally not a good idea.
No.
Generally not.
Now, I like what you said about consistency because we're about that. We have real estate campaigns. As you know, the Market Dominator, you watch that. That's a 1-year listing campaign. Share with us one fun story. Sounds like you're on the road, so we thank you for taking our call, and then we're going to give you a chance to win a gift card at Prospects Plus. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Can you share with our listeners here what you shared with me on your phone, the what you do with the flags? I love that marketing idea, the real estate president.
Yes. So there's the only thing that would make it better. I'm going to preface this with the only thing that would make it better is there's a area over by me called White House, Ohio,
Right?
which I might move to someday soon. But,
House, Ohio.
That's very cool.
Right now, I live in Bowling Green, Ohio, and I live in a old historic home, and it looks like the White House. So I gave it a name, like who wrote the book How to Win Friends and Influence People?
Stephen
Dale
Covey?
Carnegie.
Or
Carnegie.
yeah.
Yeah, so Carnegie said, give a dog a good name and he'll live up to it. So I named my house the White House, which must mean I'm the president, right?
Right.
I get it.
Last year, during the presidential campaign, I went a little overboard. I got a billboard. For
We like that, by the way.
months, and I spoofed both candidates for a good long while, and the theme behind it was if you don't like the outcome of the presidential election, then I'm going to help you move to Canada. And I made
Oh my
some,
gosh.
YouTube videos and some other stuff, and
It's a lot of
all
humor.
that good jazz. So a lot of humor. Humor, to me, humor wins every time. Very
agree.
few people in this world will fault you for making them laugh.
Yep.
Now, there's
So how many people, Jim, how many people called you and said, okay, I'm ready to move. Help me out.
not enough because right now we are in a huge shortage of listings, as I'm sure everybody else on this call is very well aware.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. That's happening about everywhere, I think.
So that's great. So do you still drive around? Like, is that your permanent with the 2 flags up there in your car? Like you told me, because I love that, my degree's in politics.
Yeah. So that was the next layer to the insanity is I started a YouTube channel, and I call it now the WhiteHouseBG.com. And you can go there to get my state of the real estate address. And what I'm going to be doing next is I bought a all-black Chevy Tahoe that I got
Secret
a
Service
custom emblem made to look like the Beast, but obviously it's a spoof because it's not a Cadillac limo. So I will be driving when I'm doing my video on location sets, whether it's an open house or featuring something, whatever have you. My videographer is going to film me getting in and out of the Beast, going to these things.
That's great.
And in addition to that, I'm going to be delivering from the south lawn of the White House in Bowling Green the state of the real estate address once a month.
This is beautiful.
That is awesome. Lisa, can we link to his YouTube somewhere on our show notes?
Oh, so that way, our view.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do that.
I'll write a note to make sure.
Can you give us that again? I know it's in the recording, but we're going to put the link down for other viewers. Okay, go ahead.
The WhiteHouseBG.com.
BG. Okay.
And as an added incentive to go check it out, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the WhiteHouseBG.com and the videos and check out one of the first ones that we posted, that was a video that correlated to the billboard that I ran. That was and you'll have to pardon me for the really poor video, cinematography. That was me doing all that. Green screen work. So if any of you listening are afraid of doing video, just do it. Nobody cares. I mean,
correct.
I agree
you're better
with
off
you.
to do it than not to do it.
I agree.
And to your point, there is no perfect video. So exactly, do it, knock it out, be done with that, pour the best you can, and be done.
Frankly, in the time that we're in right now, people want authenticity. So they actually don't want perfection because with all of the filters and the screens and everything you can do to make everything look perfect, there's this inauthenticity that's been happening for the last few years. So I gravitate toward anybody who feels raw.
So that's why we're so popular. Is that it?
Oh, because we're so good.
Because we're so bad.
we could be slick. We don't want to be slick.
And you know what? We did that. We went out and just did it. We took this old broom closet and threw a couple Kmart cameras in it, and here we are. So,
Jim, so we've actually evolved ourselves, our first couple of podcasts to where we are now. So thank you for taking the call and sharing some great ideas. I think we should have him on again down the road. Can we give him a chance to win some money on our site?
I think that is a wonderful idea because you're going to need some marketing. I can see some postcards with you coming out of the presidential Tahoe on the horizon. I think that would be a great play for you. In addition to some gift cards, I think if we got your picture holding the official Take a Listing Today coffee mug, that would be great. We could also have you wear the Take a Listing Today t-shirt. And maybe you pop out of the Tahoe holding Todd's latest book, Become a Listing Legend.
So we have a lot of swag. And how much should we put on his gift card if he gets their question right today?
Lisa, what do you say?
$120. We're doing last week for Christmas. We did a high amount. And for New Year's, we're doing
So $120 that you could use anything for any item on our site. Jim's going to give you the question. Just a warning, they're not always fair.
They're not fair and they're
not
very
even
strange.
Close to fair.
And here we go, Jim. We wish you, Lisa and I wish you luck. We've seen a lot of people go through this.
As you know, Jim, I will read you the question and then 3 possible answers. You just give me which answer is the correct one. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Nephalcockagia is the practice of doing what? Is it A, scattering light, B, examining the kidneys, or C, finding shapes in clouds? Lisa is looking like
Jim,
she
I don't
has
know
never heard
who
of
writes
that
these
before.
questions, Jim. I do not know who writes these things.
I thought he was singing the Melancholy Mucka Christmas song for a
Nephil
second.
Cockagia.
That sounds like
That's
a
the best way I
bacteria
could-
that you
I'm
don't
going to
want.
go with I'm going to go with the colors of the study of
The
colors.
color one. Be good to him. Be good to him.
You mean the
I
study
don't
of
have a
cloud?
color one.
Give him the answers
wait a
again.
Add a color one.
We have scattering light, examining the
Scattering
kidneys.
light.
That was a light. Scattering
scattering
lights.
light.
That's colors.
All right. Is that the correct answer?
Is it?
I was thinking the
Oh.
Let's give him one more shot, though. I like his energy
it.
and his enthusiasm, and he's going to be a
Yes,
market dominator.
of course. The correct answer was finding shapes in the clouds.
Oh, who would have guessed that one?
Wow. Apparently Lisa did. She thought that.
I thought it would be that because it seemed about the right amount of.
And she went to a better college than us, Jim. She brings it up all the time. Wisconsin.
Did.
And, yeah,
Wisconsin.
geez.
Oh, great education out there, isn't it?
We had to hear about that every week, Jim.
All right. Let's try another one, Jim.
Not true.
All right.
Not.
I got a good feeling about this one. Here we go. What was the first state in the United States of America? Being the presidential person that you are, you should know this. Is it A, Massachusetts, B, New York, or C, Delaware?
That's challenging. Really?
Go with Delaware.
Delaware. Oh, you think he's wrong? Let's see.
Oh,
Is the correct answer Delaware?
Jim, you did it.
Nice. And Todd, what does Jim win?
Jim wins a $120 gift card and every piece of swag we have in this studio
Wow.
for the Take a Listen Today
The whole
podcast. Congratulations, Jim. Let's stay in touch, and thanks for picking up and being on our show today. You were great.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. All right. Another winner.
Nice.
Very nice. That's funny. He's got a great mark. What the heck is that?
Now we're having to put the stuff thrown at us.
Can we settle down for the new year?
No, that would do us no
Has her
good.
second cup of coffee kicked in or no?
No, that happened at around 10 a.m. That was
Shouldn't need coffee.
hours ago.
She needs to go the other way, I think. It's not.
Hours ago.
Oh, she
All
needs
right.
to dial it
Right,
down.
She needs to tone it down a little bit. Do we have any Valium over there? Okay.
No, we don't.
All right. So moving on from that, we are now ready to talk about two important factors to consider when choosing a geographic farm. Now, last week, our Christmas show from the chalet, we discussed narrowing your focus to a specific market and then gaining control of that market. And one brilliant method that always works for the present and in the future is the geographic farming.
Yes.
It's an area of real estate marketing that can't be ignored if you intend to enjoy long-term growth in your real estate business. Why is that? Anybody? Okay, I'll say it. Because it alleviates the ongoing frustration of constantly chasing new commissions. So, when you do this, you're working strategically with a focus that will benefit you now and well into your future, ensuring that you don't end up like 85% of the agents out there who continue to struggle all the time. And you don't want to be that agent.
Correct. It's happening. And guess what? Where did the farm come from initially? Here's where it came from. Before phones and internet, a real estate office was put, and that real estate office served that piece of geography. That's how it was. Well, now with internet and everything, so a real estate agent that has one system in place should be this for a certain reason, because consistency sells, mind share equals market share, and the ones, and we looked this up last week, remember? The best agents in the country are layering their marketing.
Yes.
This one's
Yes,
doing market
always,
dominator,
always.
surgically prospecting, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So geographical farm gives you a confined area to work, so you're not scatterbrained, like Jim said.
Well, is it really a business if you're just chasing whatever
No.
you can get?
Offense and defense, like you said.
How is that? Yeah.
But
How are you
that's-
building a business out of
that's
that?
reactionary.
How are you building for the future? You know, and you're in an industry that ebbs and flows. So if you aren't building toward the future, you're going to get hit with a year or some months or maybe even a couple years when it's ebbing
Right.
instead of flowing, and you're going to be in trouble. You know, this building toward the future and creating something that will be feeding you referrals and new clients over time is crucial to your success, your long-term success.
And to your point, we all have friends, right? And if you ask them, they'll say, oh, so-and-so is my real estate agent. Why do they say that? Because that realtor did this.
Yeah.
A person stayed in touch with them, probably became friends with them, and they're like, oh, this is my realtor, just like this is my dentist, this is my doctor. So the great ones have done that.
Yeah.
All right. So geographic farming, it's a wonderful topic. However, many agents have tested these waters and been frustrated with their lack of success. Why is that? They came out with a bad start. It's probably because of the location. You know what they say, location, location, location. So you got to have the right location.
Correct. You have to love the area that you're going to work. You have to love that area. Is it an area you live? Is it an area you want to move to? Is it an area that has these two variables in it that we're going to discuss? I think you have to love that area. You have to want that area.
Is it an area that's your customer base? We talked about this earlier today.
Great point.
We don't talk about that in the next couple paragraphs, but let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
If you know that your bread and butter is selling to young families, families with young kids, but you've picked a farm that has more seniors, why are you doing that? And that may sound crazy, but I've heard agents say they've done it. And then they're putting all their money into this farm and 3 years go by and they're like, yeah, there's other agents that are actually having some success in here and I've gotten not one lead. Well, who is your customer? Well, they're seniors. Okay, then what are you doing? You're in the wrong market. You got to pick the right farm for your niche that you sell to.
That's such a great point because we as a company talk about, hey, we help our agents match your message to the market. So take that a step further, match yourself, match and mirror you to your market.
Right.
Do you have instant rapport when you go in there?
Right.
Or do you not? So that's something that's not talked about in any book. It's not talked about at most seminars.
But it's certainly, you will fail if you go into a farm that has a demographic that you typically don't. If you are a senior agent, you've got the gray hair, that type of thing, and you're just very successful naturally with other seniors, then stick with that. But don't get in a geographic farm that has, millennials in it. Is that going to work? Right,
because without starting, you don't have rapport out of the gate. You have a brick wall.
Right. And you may have a generational brick wall, actually.
True.
I'm not saying it would always be true. Right. But if it is, don't fight it.
It's something great to consider, correct?
Yeah.
I like what you said there, Todd, that this information isn't in books or anything like that, which is why this show is more important, because we're going to share with you the secret of how to find the perfect farm area.
Yes.
Now, to start, adequate research is your key to locating the right farm for you and your business. Even if you find a geographic farm area that you think works for you based on the location and the number of homes, your research is not done yet. There are 2 more crucial factors that you cannot miss. One is the turnover rate. Now, ideally, what kind of a turnover rate do you want? 10 to 15%?
You want about a 10 to 15%. And we have to let them know, hey, you want to put these variables in place, but also knowing that we're playing with a moving target. The market's going to change in 2 months, 6 months, 2 years. Right. So make sure you love it. But yes, put these variables in place. But I have this conversation every day. Love the area you're in, because if you love it, you'll be present.
Yeah.
Love it. But if nobody sells their house and nobody sold in the last 5 years, it's probably not the right place. You need some place where people are
If you think it's going to change and we'll see a lot more listings, maybe inventory's tight now.
And for those of you who don't know, to calculate the turnover rate, you just take the number of homes divided by the number of homes that have sold in that area, and you get your turnover rate. Now, the second factor that you need to look at is the existing competition. If you choose a farm that already has an agent who appears to have achieved penetration in that market, you'll find yourself working much harder and longer to see any positive results.
Can I make a point here?
Please do.
Since you asked nicely.
Thank you, fine sir. So I had a conversation, the email you saw come in a few hours ago. This conversation came up yesterday for 45 minutes on the phone. A young lady from New Jersey. She goes, I have a question. I know the area I want. I looked it up. It was open. She goes, there are some high power competition down there and I want to open the door. And I says, well, here's what's great. A lot of them that think they have market share up, let their foot off the gas a little tiny bit, thinking, boom, this is mine. Boom, I'm in tight with this person, that person. So she's going to open the door with the Market Dominator down there. And here's what's great. After the first month, they're going to think, oh, she won't be around long because she spent all her money on that piece. She's going to show up every month, larger than life, Ritz-Carlton quality.
Automatically
without her doing any work. So go to Products and Market Dominator if you have an interest. There's a video there. But she's doing that. And guess what else she has that her competition will not have? If a marketing piece makes it through the house, what do people want to look up? Oh, let's look up a website. Who has a website? Everybody. What do most people don't have? A digital magazine. So for our Market Dominator members, that is free. So if you want to go after competition outside of a referral member or family member, checkmate, game over, you win. Nobody can compete with that piece in the mailbox.
Well, and I love that magazine too, because it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if it's Good Housekeeping that I'm thinking of, or Homes and Gardens, those magazines where you've got all these great recipes in them.
Yes.
And DIY projects, stuff to do as a family.
Some objection handling.
Yeah, so it's got fun stuff like that. So if this is someone that in this very moment is not thinking of selling right now, if it's only about real estate, they're going to throw it away,
It's
right?
soft and gentle
But
enough.
if it's something
Yes.
that's talking about some interesting real estate topics, but then also has stuff that everybody would like,
Right.
a great recipe,
Great point.
some fun stuff to do in the winter months, whatever, all that kind of stuff, that combination of interest for anybody. I saw that the new magazine that's coming out, The Homes and Life for Market Dominator, had something about building a gallery wall and then how to perk up a boring bedroom. I mean, these are great. That's their digital magazine. These are some of the topics and the fun DIYs in there.
Nice.
Anybody's going to want to look at that.
Right.
And now guess what? They're going to online, they're looking up the magazine, they're reading these articles, and they're seeing that agent's picture and they're seeing their contact information. They're starting to feel reciprocity.
Correct.
They are giving me these nice things. I would like to do that. For them.
And how difficult was it for them to build their digital magazine? They did how much work on it?
None, because it's done by our in-house experts.
Our team
at
buys the
ProspectsPLUS.
URL. Our team makes it for you. Our team. So that is in the video. If you watch that video,
It's making it very easy for that agent to
Correct.
become trusted and build a relationship in that farm.
So if you want to get rid of competition, that's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we also should say that if you're looking at an area that has an agent already who's using the Market Dominator, pick a different area.
Correct, because it is exclusive, and we don't let good points. We don't let two people do that.
Right.
And you're not going to get into that area because somebody else is already dominating it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
All right. So, time to take action. Once you've chosen the perfect farm, it's time to take some action. Get out there and meet the people in that location, weather and restrictions permitting. Oh, Lisa, thank you. I didn't realize we weren't supposed to go out in the middle of a lightning storm. Okay, great.
Well, it is winter, so I know there are people thinking, are you kidding me? It's freezing out. There's ice everywhere. So obviously, if you're listening to this as a brand new podcast, if you're listening to it in June because you went and decided to listen again, you're fine.
Okay,
Right.
so if you have to take a snow shovel with you to get to the front door, then
Or you
wait
could
till
put
the spring, I guess.
Put ice skates on and skate if
Well,
it's
see?
icy.
Now, time to take action. I want to elaborate on what this young lady we talked about yesterday who just signed up. Because she knows she's going into a place near Atlantic City, New Jersey. Okay. So she's committed. She's also already planned surgical prospecting. She's going after high income renters. She's bought the list. She's going after non-owner occupieds within her area. Think about the magic of that. Her competition isn't doing that. She knows she has to do some work, but throughout time, she's going to become the branded one.
Right.
Absolutely doing that
Well,
work, yes.
And if you automate all of it, really is it work? No, it's work for a couple hours to get it up and running.
Her competition and her consumer's going to go, wow, she did everything.
Right. And then you
we
maybe
did
make a phone call, every few months.
Yeah.
Or you get out there and you either, whether you're walking the neighborhood or you're going to a charity event near that neighborhood or you're hanging out in some of the local establishments in that neighborhood, you're getting in front of them.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And it's old school. Getting out in front of people is kind of an old school thing to do, but it's worth it because it works. Now, here's why. In a market where so many agents are relying on email and social media to spread the word, when you walk your farm area, it gives you a definite advantage. You want people to get to know you, like you, and trust you enough to do business with you.
Well, I love that. And people ask me every week, what else can I do to get better numbers in my area? I said, don't hide behind the computer.
Right.
The Market Dominator is incredible, but be present, like you said. Whether it's door hangers, you might meet 8 or 10 people. A community event's great because now once they met her and said, "Oh, she's sharp."
It's a human being now.
It's it now, right?
There
now,
is a living human being versus-
once we get your marketing piece, and we've already met you, that's 50 times stronger.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Game changer.
Huge.
Exactly. So just keep in mind, you can't go out and meet your neighbors in your farm area by sitting behind your desk, as you said, Todd. It takes 27 contacts to create effective branding of who you are and what you do.
Mind share equals market share.
And that's a studied marketing psychology stat. I mean, this is a stat that's been living and breathing for years and years and years, 27 contacts. All the big marketing companies know this. If you watch TV commercials, watch what they do. You know, you ever watch TV and you go, if I see that commercial one more time.
Well, think about Mike the Pillow Guy. Look.
They know what they're doing. Yeah, that guy's a billionaire and he still has those commercials going like crazy.
Exactly. Repetition is the mother of skill.
Well, and what is Mike, you know what he's so great about, what's so great about him? You're talking about, okay, so you know of a farm that there's somebody in there that's already got some market share and you're worried can I compete with them?
Right.
But you also maybe are aware that they haven't done anything lately because they're too big for their britches, right? They think they've got it all sewn up.
Yep.
Out of sight, out of mind. Once you are out of sight, you are out of mind. So if Mike's Pillow went away, how many companies are waiting in the wings to take over that market share? Because he created a need for a product that nobody in a million years would ever thought could have made that kind
of
revenue.
And he's on TV every day
They're all
a lot.
just waiting in the wings. So what he knows is I cannot be out of their mind.
Don't let your foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Yes. Every infomercial, he's reinvesting.
So you've got to stay in front.
He's a great example of marketing right now because that guy is nuclear.
Yeah.
And now he's got a whole array of things in that alignment.
Yeah.
I don't know, right?
Oh yeah, slippers,
beds now, bedding.
His sheets are fantastic. You know what's great about
the Giza sheets
over
in Europe, special plans.
I'll tell you the big reason I bought them.
Oops.
Obviously, they're warranted, so if you don't like them, you send them back. But they're warranted for 10 years, so you never buy sheets again. So, you know, a year in, if they start
after
to not
6 years, you forgot which company you bought them from.
Right. Do you have to have the receipt for that? I'm not going to have a receipt for 6 years.
Yeah, these are worn out. I'm making some new ones. Yeah.
Well, that's the way I look at it.
I like it.
I'm not buying sheets again.
All right.
Wow. All right. So it doesn't matter that they cost as much as 100 sets of sheets at the store. It's, I don't know what they cost, but all right. In addition to walking out in your farm, like we mentioned earlier, send out some great direct mail marketing. Do it at least once a month. This time of year, might want to send out a Happy New Year postcard because it is coming up to the new year. And if somebody orders it like right now, it might get out there by the new year.
Yeah. And I think you can have stuff going all January for New Year.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So in addition to that, why not work smarter and automate your marketing? Isn't that a great idea? That will allow you to free up some time to go walk around your market.
Well, and let's say this, though, and this is surprising to me. This is still happening in the real estate industry where people are still working on their marketing. Not the high power players, but the lower level ones. Because it's busy. It's feel good work. Honey, how'd your day go? Oh, I worked on my marketing. Oh, it's feel good work. No, if you didn't prospect or go on appointments. So now with companies like this, I could schedule a 12-month campaign of postcards for $127, and I could do it under 5 minutes. So if there are companies like that will make you look great, then you go focus on watch. If the game is scheduled, you've decided to play, you might as well win. You have to be great at two things: prospecting and your presentation.
Well, and I think something like creating a postcard or some marketing pieces is hide behind work, is what I call it.
Right.
In other words, it's comfort zone work. It's in your comfort zone. It's not scary.
Yeah.
It's fun. Everybody likes doing crafty, fun things like that.
I had a good day. I worked hard. No, you did $15 an hour work.
Right. And I get that it's fun, but take up knitting. Knitting is actually fun, or there's other things you can do.
Swimming.
That are fun in your spare time.
Right.
Once you eliminate that desire to screw around
Great
with
point.
some marketing creation when you've got experts already doing it.
And what is our job? It says take a listing today. So our job is to help streamline you and get rid of the stuff that's not serving you, so you are streamlined.
Right. It's like
helping you make
hard truth. It's a hard truth.
Right, the hard truth.
Yeah.
So here's a hard truth. Let's find out what the top 7% of agents in this country have in common. They have strategic, focused, long-term marketing in place. They are not leaving things to fall through the cracks or living commission to commission.
At all. They don't operate that way 1%.
They're following a solid, systematic plan to generate business utilizing a farm as one of their main areas of focus. So, 2022, is that going to be the year that you join the 7% and get started in your geographic farm area? It's up to you, right?
And let me address that 7%. Here's what's great about it. Most people think in your area, in your market, you have competition. The old 80-20 rule in sales and marketing, right? It said what? All of us know it. It said that 20% of people in your industry do 80% of the business.
Yeah.
Not true. NAR has every stat. They have every office MLS ID number, every agent MLS ID number. The new number is now 93.7.
Yeah.
So it tells us now that 7% of the realtors are doing 93% of the business. So the truth is, if you can implement some of these things we're talking about each week, it's not going to be hard for you to separate yourself from the competition.
Right.
You'll be turning business away when you get into that 7%.
Correct.
Right.
And you can refer it out to somebody else in your office.
Then you're playing smart. Now,
That's nice.
now you're taking a listing every day or every other day, possibly.
Not even taking a listing today, taking a listing every day.
Every day.
Yes. Nice. All right. Well, there you go. 2 important factors to consider when choosing your geographic farm area. And we got the back. We have some fireworks going on for the new year. Wow.
New year, new life, 2022.
2022.
This is a year for all the agents out there, those listening that are tuning in, that care enough to tune in and figure this out.
Let's hit our goals. Let's all work together. If you need us, reach out. We got you covered.
Happy New Year. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye-bye.